The city lights shimmered through the upscale restaurant's windows. The low murmur of conversation blended with soft jazz playing in the background. My wife Claire had texted me that morning, saying she'd be stuck in a late meeting with her advertising team. We'd been married for 8 years. Our life revolved around our son Noah, and the dream of a steady, secure future together. But lately, something felt off. Claire had grown distant. Her phone was always locked. Her explanations were vague. 2 weeks earlier, I'd found a hidden email account on her tablet. It was full of messages to her coworker, Stephen, messages about intimate dinners and secret plans. Tonight, I knew the truth. She wasn't at a meeting. She was with him, and I was done pretending everything was fine. I'd spent days talking to a lawyer. Divorce papers were ready, prepared and waiting in an envelope inside my jacket. My heart felt heavy, but my mind was made up. Her location was still shared through our family app. She'd forgotten to turn it off. It led me straight to Label, that sleek restaurant she'd once called to fancy for us. I dressed carefully, slipped the envelope into my pocket, and drove there. The anger I'd felt had cooled into quiet resolve. This betrayal needed to be faced head-on. Inside, the restaurant glowed with elegance, soft lighting, white tablecloths, the clink of glasses. I spotted Claire right away at a candlelit table near the back. Her laughter rang out a little too brightly. Her hand brushed Stephen's as they shared dessert. She was wearing the sapphire necklace I'd given her for our 5th anniversary. That small detail hit me like a punch. I walked over slowly. The maitre d' gave a brief nod. I stood beside their table, and said calmly, "Claire, you look comfortable." She looked up sharply, her eyes wide with shock. Stephen coughed on his wine. I set the envelope down between them. "Divorce papers," I said. "You're free now." Claire's face went pale. Her fork clattered onto the plate. "What are you doing here?" she whispered, glancing at Stephen, who stared at the table and wouldn't meet my eyes. I opened the envelope and pulled out one printed email. I read it quietly. "Stephen, last night was perfect. Can't wait for more. I've known for weeks," I said. "You lied to me. You lied to Noah. You lied to everyone." Nearby diners went quiet, sensing the tension in the air. Claire stammered, saying it wasn't what it seemed, but her shaking hands gave her away. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. I simply turned and walked out, leaving them sitting there in the spotlight of their own choices. By the time I reached my car, my phone was lighting up with her messages, frantic apologies, excuses, claims that it was just a brief mistake. I didn't reply. That same day, I'd already moved my essentials into a rented condo. Noah was safe with my brother, away from the chaos. The emails went back months. They mocked everything we'd built while I trusted her completely. Serving the papers right there at the table wasn't about drama. It was about closure, making her face the reality in the moment. Word spread quickly. A friend who happened to be dining nearby texted me later. Everyone saw. She was humiliated. Our mutual friends buzzed with the news. Some reached out to support me. Others distanced themselves from her. I learned Stephen was married too. His wife confronted him once the story got out, and their affair ended. Claire's job depended on her polished reputation. Her firm valued discretion. Suddenly, her late meeting became office gossip. Things started to unravel for her. The next day, she showed up at my condo, tears streaming. She begged to explain. "It was a mistake," she cried. I held up the emails. "Months of mistakes?" I asked quietly. "Sign the papers, Claire. Noah deserves better." She left broken. Her fantasy with Stephen was over. I focused on Noah, keeping his routine steady: school, soccer practice, bedtime stories. We started counseling to help him through the separation. The fallout hit Claire hard. Her group chats turned cold. Friends cut ties. She tried posting something vague online about personal growth, but people called out the hypocrisy in the comments. I never shared the emails publicly. The restaurant moment was enough. Her betrayal had been exposed in front of her lover and strangers. That was the lesson she'd carry. Months later, I'm settling into the condo. Noah is adjusting to our new normal. Claire is in therapy. Her career is uncertain. Her confidence is shaken. Serving those papers wasn't revenge. It was freedom, reclaiming my self-worth from her lies. She thought she could live a double life. I brought the truth to her table, literally. The divorce is moving forward, with no stability as the top priority. I'm healing, finding joy in the small moments with my son, and rebuilding a life based on honesty. Her date was meant to be her escape. My delivery became her reckoning. I'm moving forward stronger, shaping a future where trust isn't sacrificed. Her betrayal ended our marriage, but my response made sure she understood the real cost of her choices.